Hello everyone, this is Mark from Caden TGM. It's been a long time. This is kind of like an urban mining video for people that have a hard time getting hold of stuff to look for gold, silver, etc., etc. These are plasma TVs, and I just want to do a quick video to show you where there's some gold and what you might be missing from a plasma TV. Now, the hard part about this is some of them are very heavy. The one on the left, there we are. The one on the left is a newer Samsung, not so heavy. The one on the right is, I believe it was a Sanyo, and it's super heavy. But they're really worth going after because some of them has a lot of gold and gold stuff in them. And also there will be some wire and some shredder steel, and there's also some aluminum in them. And a lot of times on the mounts, the legs, etc., there will be some good cast aluminum on them. So I'm going to try to get through this real quick because I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to shoot this video because these are very rare for me to get. I get a lot of TVs, etc., etc., and plasmas are getting more and more rare, but they're really worth going after. Some of them, especially the older ones, have a lot of gold on them. But before I do that, I want to show you something. I'm at work. It's a contract work, so don't worry about me on the clock, etc. It's straight up contact. I may have to stop and hit a button every once in a while. But this is where I work. This happened on February the 20th. 2008, a big tree fell, but luckily it fell overnight, or me or my partner that works here would have been killed probably when that hit. And you see the big lucky, etc. Okay, so let's get on with the video real quick. I'm going to start with the newer Samsung. First of all, you're going to have gold right here. You see it, that's gold. And obviously, usually when there's gold on a ribbon, you'll have gold on the pins. Usually there's some pretty good MLCCs, which will have silver and palladium. And I'll tell you a secret about that. The magnetic ones contain palladium. The magnetic ones do not contain palladium, but the non-magnetic ones do contain palladium. So here is gold. Now there's a strip that covers these, something like this, and that is straight up aluminum. That's a good long piece of aluminum, and that's, you know, a couple pounds at least, so pretty good. But you got great big pieces of extruded aluminum here. Also transformers, there's aluminum here. Moving on down, more transformers, lots of wire, more aluminum, extruded, another piece of extruded aluminum. And this right here is a transformer that I would take apart because underneath it, it's big, thick copper. And then right here, there's copper and silver buttons in those two things. You'll see them, they're black, blue, and clear. And the way you can tell what they are, I apologize for the light because this isn't a good setup, but they'll have more than two legs. These only have two contact points, but these will have at least 4 and more, and you can find 2, and I found as many as 8 silver buttons in that for silver recovery. And also there's copper spool there, a little bit better on the light. Now down here you got this little board. It's got a chip on it, but there's some gold, and usually you'll have gold pins here. This one does not have gold. And down here on the main board, you'll have gold here, here, on the pins, chip, more aluminum, chip, crystal oscillators. There's 2 on this board that I see, and then there'll be more gold here. These are not gold. I don't know what they are yet. I've saved a few. I want to play with them. I apologize for the... There we go. We'll play with them one day and see what happens. If the acid eats it, then it's just straight up solder. If not, we might have something else. And also 2 more very large pieces of aluminum. These copper spools. And more wire, of course. And you'll have some good MLCCs up this board. This is not gold. I don't know what it is, but I've got a few of them. I'm going to put them in acid one day and see what happens. Now moving on to the next. This is the older one. All of these are gold, and you'll have gold pins here. Now as you see, you've got a extruded aluminum here, and there'll be chips underneath. And more large pieces of extruded aluminum. And you'll have MLCCs on here, transformer, etc., etc. You'll have MLCCs, some bigger ones down this board here. Obviously the wire. Let's see what we got here. This one is not gold. And ribbon wire, you're supposed to separate it at my scrap yard. But I know the guy that works there, so I throw a piece in here and there. Also, moving down, big power board. This is also a transformer, and this one I would take the time to scrap because they have one long strand of copper in them. It's not just layers upon layers. These I would not. I would just sell them as they are. Copper here, copper here, copper here. You got a nice little board here with a gold tip chip, more chips on it. Some pretty good size MLCCs right there. I apologize for my finger being dirty, but like I said, I am at work. There are 4 gold pins right here. Crystal oscillator, silver, if you do that. This little fuse here is gold-ended fuse. You get some gold there. And same thing with the other one on this board here that runs down the entire length. It's covered with a piece of aluminum. There'll be some MLCCs on them and a strange material that I have yet to figure out. Now this went right here, somewhere like that. Something like that. Oops, sorry. Somehow it went about like that, I think. But I took it off to make sure we got everything. But we got a large piece of extruded aluminum on it. Some good copper with iron ferrite underneath. If you save metal and ship it off, you know, iron ferrite is very heavy. There should be gold here. There will be gold here, here, here. And I don't know what's under that, but you never know. And a lot of times wires like these will have gold in here. And one day I'm going to show you how to do this the easy way, and you can see the gold right there on that. It's good rich gold. Obviously it's an older one. Moving on, another power board. Large pieces of extruded aluminum. And you got copper here. And this one is not gold. Again, I'm going to do something one day and figure that out. See what it actually is. These little things here contain silver if you want to save them. And moving on. Let me pause the video real quick for a moment and we'll move. And I'll be right back. Phone ring. Okay, I'm back. I had to go outside and help somebody and tell them what to do, blah, blah, blah. But I believe I stopped here. There's silver in these little buttons here. Let's save those up, crush them, burn them, put acid in them, etc., etc. I told you about the gold here. I told you about these. I believe we about got everything. You're going to have some shredder steel. Be still here, and if you have a scrapyard to take magnets, you got some speaker magnets here of a fair size. Now, another neat thing about these plasma TVs is there's a plastic screen that's over the glass. See, this is just straight up glass, and it is stuck to this piece of metal right here. I just throw them away because there's just too much glass, too much. I put them in the dumpster and go with it. But these screens here, they slide out and they are tinted. And I use them in windows, especially this very large window over here in the summertime when the sun hits me in the afternoon, and it helps to keep the temperature down. You'll have the shredder steel right here. This is irony aluminum, or irony stainless. So if you sort and sell, that's what it is. It's irony. Not worth a whole lot of money on the scrap right. And then you will have 2 sheet steel covers that go on the back of them. And that's about it. I appreciate everybody who watches our videos. I appreciate it all. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. If you know anything about what's on the sides of these here, please share with everybody so that we know. Thank you, everyone. I hope everyone had a great holiday season. And we'll get back with you soon, hopefully, with another urban mining video. I'll show you places to get something. I'm going to give you a bonus today. Here's my bag of wire. These things here, a lot of scrap yards will buy them for dirty brass. So when you cut the ends off the wire, you have to cut the ends off, or they'll knock the price down a whole lot. That's just a quick bonus for your wire. Alright, thank you again, and we'll see you next time.